worked over the weekend to kind of look long range. I think a lot of folks want to know, all right, we've had it pretty easy here this winter. Is it going to continue that way? Well, take a look. Here is the jet stream, and you can see that the jet stream coming in here toward Alaska will bring a lot of moisture there. A big, strong jet stream off the east coast. But you see here the coldest of the air kind of staying up here to the north. Let's see if that is going to continue. Let's put the maps in motion for you as we're halfway through winter now. Some of the takeaways here, what we do expect is there's going to be a lot of moisture that goes into the Pacific Northwest. It's a La Nina pattern that is set to continue. The bitter cold air remains absent through the end of January, and that actually means smaller risk of big winter storms and blizzards. So kind of the takeaway here is it will probably remain slightly warmer than normal and drier than normal. There is a lot of cold air over Siberia right now, and it doesn't take much for this to kind of shift and head in our direction. So that's what we're going to be watching. If that remains there, the North America's coldest air right now over Siberia, and if this Pacific pump of moisture and mild air continues, and so far it is probably set to do that. Let's look at what's going on here. We'll take you back here closer to home. Not an organized system, but there's more clouds, and this is that Pacific moisture that is working in from the west. Back here close to home, we're not going to get much out of that. Maybe Tuesday evening we get a new coating of snowfall around here, so that's something that we will monitor, and then we'll be fairly quiet looking in toward the weekend. Models now indicating that there's something big perhaps early next week. We'll have to wait and see. Not putting any numbers on this. I don't think we really need to be concerned about the timing, but early next week, we could put down some more snowfall here into the upper Midwest. Outside right now, 25 degrees right now in Davenport. Wind out of the west-northwest at about 8 miles per hour. A feels like number of about 16. Wind's not bad right now. Notice fairly light around here, so we'll deal with that. Temperatures, at least the feels like numbers down in the teens, but that's not terrible. It is January after all. 27 right now at the Quad City International Airport, and we'll probably hold into the 20s here for this morning. While it says 0% there, I do believe that we'll have a couple of snow flurries around. It's just not going to be that big of a deal though. The temperature trend as we look through the next few days, you see here 20s and 30s. That's not terrible. I think the one thing that you're going to notice here, perhaps Friday into Saturday turning cooler. In fact, when we look at the departures from normal today, really near normal at about 32 degrees. A little warmth. I don't want to call this a January thaw because we're not going to get that much above freezing, but here's that dump of cold air by Friday and Saturday that will have us feeling like perhaps it's down near zero. So for today, 32, 33 degrees. It's pretty decent for this time of year. Winds out of the northwest, 5 to 15 miles per hour. Overnight tonight, fairly quiet, mostly cloudy skies. Temperatures could dip down in the teens in just a few locales. Our forecast today, mostly cloudy, a couple of flurries, 32 degrees, down to 16 tonight, so a chillier night under mostly cloudy skies. And the accurate 8-day forecast, again, not much change here, but you see Friday and Saturday will be chilly, 10 in the morning, 25 in the afternoon, and then a wintry mix develops late in the weekend and into early next week, guys. So this is kind of a breather, an easy week to deal with. Next week, maybe a little bit more
changes.
Interesting, as we say.
A little bumpier if you...
Yes. Fasten your seatbelts, perhaps.
Okay. All right. Prepare for a bumpy landing.
Oh, boy.
Woo! Interesting.
Well, anticipation is killing me.
Yep. All right. So